Welcome back. Today, we'll be exploring the values, history, and unique features of 10 different Washington quarter dollar coins. Some of these coins are surprisingly valuable in today's auction market, even in circulated or dirty condition. Let's get started. First up, the 1980 Washington quarter dollar is part of the U.S. Mint's ongoing production of these iconic coins, which have been in circulation since 1932. However, while this coin may seem like an ordinary part of everyday currency at first glance, certain characteristics have made it stand out in the numismatic world. In particular, the 1980 Washington quarter dollar with a large date and D-era mint mark in dirty condition holds special interest among collectors. The Washington quarter was designed by John Flanagan and was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. This coin has seen many design updates over the years, but has remained a staple of American currency. By 1980, the U.S. Mint had already refined the coin's design, but some variations and errors continued to slip through the cracks. The 1980 Washington quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by its D mint mark. The error in question refers to the large date, a distinct feature that sets this coin apart from others of the same year. The large date version is notably rarer than its small date counterpart, which adds to its appeal among collectors. The mint mark D on the reverse indicates that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. However, it is the large date error that adds intrigue to this coin. The numbers in the date on the obverse are larger than usual, which was not the standard for coins produced that year. The 1980 Washington quarter dollar had a mintage of over 674 million coins across all versions and mint marks, with the majority being the small date. The large date version is relatively rarer, making it an exciting find for coin collectors. However, due to its large mintage, even the large date variant doesn't have a massive premium unless it's in pristine or error condition. The coin we're discussing today features an error mint mark, AD mint mark, that has a unique flaw. While many of these errors are minor, there are some notable examples that have garnered attention due to the specific characteristics of the mint mark itself. The D mint mark in this instance may exhibit slight doubling or unusual positioning, which adds to its value. The value of this particular coin is highly dependent on its condition. The dirty condition aspect of this coin does decrease its overall market value. A coin that has been circulated extensively and shows signs of wear, dirt, and discoloration may not fetch the highest prices in the market. However, the error features, combined with the rarity of the large date variant, still give this coin significant value. In today's market, a 1980 Washington quarter dollar in dirty condition can range $200,400, depending on how much of the error is visible and how the coin compares to others in similar condition. If cleaned or restored, its value could improve, but be cautious when cleaning coins, as it could also decrease the value by damaging the coin's surfaces. For those in pristine or near mint condition, the value can rise considerably. Collectors and investors seeking error coins with unique characteristics are often willing to pay a premium for these types of rarities, even if the coin is not in perfect condition. Collectors are often on the lookout for error coins, especially those with mint mark variations and unique design characteristics. Coins with a D mint mark that display noticeable errors, like the doubling or misplacement of the mint mark, are often sought after. These types of coins are considered a rarity within the broader context of Washington quarter dollars and have built a niche market of enthusiasts who treasure them. Next up, the 1982 Washington quarter dollar, minted at the Denver Mint with the D mint mark, is another key coin that has caught the attention of collectors, especially in its rare black color shade variety, often seen in dirty condition. The blackened or tarnished appearance of this coin gives it a unique charm and makes it an interesting subject for discussion. By 1982, the Washington quarter dollar had long been a regular part of American currency. While the original 1932 design had changed slightly over the years, the 1982 coin still depicted the familiar image of George Washington on the obverse, with the eagle on the reverse. The coin's status as a key component of U.S. circulating currency remained unchanged, though minor variations and unusual features were still occasionally struck at the mint. The 1982 Washington quarter, like many coins from this era, was produced in vast quantities. The minting of these coins is notable because of the numerous varieties in terms of design and wear, as well as the occasional discoloration and damage that some of these coins experienced after entering circulation. What distinguishes this coin is its black color shade. While most coins take on a dull or worn appearance after extensive circulation, this particular quarter has developed a dark, blackened hue due to a combination of factors, including exposure to dirt, pollutants, and possibly certain chemicals during its time in circulation. This discoloration does not necessarily reduce the value of the coin. Some collectors actually value coins with unique colorations or toning. The 1982 Washington quarter dollar had a large mintage of over 650 million coins, with a significant portion of those being struck at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark. However, it's the black color shade and dirt-encrusted condition that make this particular coin stand out. These colorations are not a minting error, but rather the result of external factors after the coin left the mint. The black appearance could be due to the coin being exposed to certain environmental conditions that cause corrosion or tarnish. Such discoloration is commonly seen in coins that have spent many years in circulation, making this particular coin one of the more unique finds for collectors. For a 1982 Washington quarter dollar in dirty, black color shaded condition, its market value can vary greatly depending on the extent of the blackening and its overall circulation wear. Coins in this condition generally don't command the high prices seen with mint state examples. However, depending on the rarity of the color shade and demand from collectors, a coin in this state could still fetch around $200,000. The appeal of such coins lies in the fact that they are unique. Collectors often seek out these toned coins, as their odd and irregular appearance makes them stand out from the usual, more uniform coins. Such coins with black or dark colorations may be sold at slightly higher premiums in auction settings, especially among enthusiasts of toning or coins with peculiar appearances. Next up, 1971 Washington quarter dollar with a fascinating Double D era mint mark, struck in fine condition. This is a very special coin, not only for its age but also for its unique era. By 1971, the Washington quarter had evolved through numerous design changes, but the core elements remained the same. The 1971 coin was part of the ongoing efforts to modernize American coinage, and it was also the year that the U.S. Mint introduced the Eisenhower dollar, shifting some of the mint's focus. However, the Washington quarter remained a constant presence in circulation. The 1971 Washington quarter is particularly notable for the Double D era mint mark, a unique characteristic that can only be found on a small number of coins from this year. The error occurs when the minting die experiences excessive wear or misalignment, causing the D mint mark to appear doubled or unclear. The result is a misstruck coin that becomes a sought-after item for collectors who specialize in minting errors. However, the most distinguishing feature of this coin is the Double D mint mark, which gives the coin its unique look. The mint mark may appear as though it's been doubled or has an additional layer of D visible, which sets this coin apart from other 1971 quarters. The 1971 Washington quarter dollar had a significant mintage, with millions of coins being struck at the Denver Mint, but only a small number of these feature the Double D era. While this error might seem minor to the untrained eye, collectors who specialize in minting flaws will immediately recognize its rarity. Coins with misstruck or double mint marks like the Double D era are highly prized among collectors. In this case, the error occurred during the production process and led to an interesting variation in the appearance of the mint mark, which is otherwise standard for 1971 quarters. The market value for a 1971 Washington quarter dollar in fine condition with a Double D era mint mark varies. On average, such coins can be worth anywhere from $56,000, depending on the prominence of the error and the condition of the coin. Coins with better defined errors and those in higher grade conditions tend to fetch higher prices. Collectors who specialize in mint errors are particularly interested in coins like the 1971 Washington quarter dollar with the Double D era. These collectors see such coins not just as money, but as part of a puzzle to piece together the history of U.S. minting. Next up, we explore the value of the Washington quarter dollar 1981 large date with P-era mint mark. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. By the 1980s, this coin had become a staple in American currency. 1981 was a significant year in American culture, with major shifts in politics and the economy. Minted in Philadelphia, The 1981 quarters featured a classic design, but also some variations and errors, making them of particular interest to collectors today. The obverse side of the 1981 Washington quarter features a portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse side displays the American bald eagle, symbolizing strength and freedom. Quarters from this year have subtle design distinctions, such as a thicker or thinner relief due to variations in die strikes, and the P mint mark placed prominently under the portrait. In 1981, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of quarters. However, only a small percentage have retained collectible value. Coins in fine condition are harder to find due to circulation wear, making them especially appealing to collectors. Additionally, coins with a notable mint error, such as a double die or misaligned P mint mark, increase interest. Today, a 1981 quarter with an error mint mark can fetch a higher price at auction. While the baseline value for a circulated quarter in fine condition may be modest, an error coin significantly enhances its appeal. Values for error coins in this series can range from $38,000 to $42,000, depending on the clarity and rarity of the error. Next up, the 1995 Washington quarter comes from an era when the U.S. Mint was producing coins at unprecedented levels to keep up with economic demand. With advancements in minting technology, the quality of 1995 quarters generally improved. However, some unique qualities in circulation have kept this coin on the radar for collectors. Featuring the iconic design by John Flanagan, the 1995 quarter has George Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. Though not immediately distinguishable from other years, collectors appreciate the 1995 edition for certain die characteristics and specific details on the eagle feathers, which show clearer definition in higher-grade coins. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, millions of 1995 quarters circulated across the United States. Despite high production numbers, collectors still find value in circulated condition coins due to specific die varieties, small imperfections, and even minor wear patterns. A 1995 quarter in circulated condition generally holds value close to face value. However, unique specimens, especially those with minor variations or die errors, may command more in the collector market. Depending on the error's prominence, collectors may pay anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 at auction for a circulated 1995 quarter. Next up, the 1967 Washington quarter was minted without a mint mark. This was during a period of significant changes in U.S. coinage. The Coinage Act of 1965 had just been enacted, removing silver from quarters and dimes due to the rising cost of silver. The U.S. Mint even suspended the use of mint marks from 1965 to 1967 to deter collectors and focus on producing coins for circulation. 1967 quarters retained the classic Flanagan design, with Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. However, this year's quarters were struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, a stark departure from the 90% silver composition used previously. This copper-nickel blend gives the coin a distinct, durable appearance, resistant to wear and tear. The lack of a mint mark on 1967 quarters creates a unique collecting scenario. Since all quarters this year were produced without identifying marks, there's an increased focus on the coin's condition and any die variations. Coins in fine condition, while still circulated, maintain strong collector interest because of their quality and historical significance. In fine condition, a 1967 quarter is often valued slightly above face value, particularly if it's well preserved. Although the lack of a mint mark limits some variety appeal, its historical role during the shift to clad coinage has made it a piece of numismatic interest. Values can range from $300,000 to $400 in today's market for well-kept examples. Next up, the Washington quarter is an American classic, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. The design, originally by sculptor John Flanagan, was such a hit that it remained largely unchanged for decades. By 1983, the Washington quarter was deeply ingrained in American coinage culture. 1983 was also an interesting year economically, as the country was recovering from the early 1980s recession. Coin production at the Philadelphia Mint hit record levels to keep up with demand, making quarters an essential part of daily transactions. The high mintage and heavy circulation led to many coins showing significant wear and tear early on, making well-preserved 1983 quarters scarcer today than you might think. The reverse features the classic American bald eagle, wings spread wide in a pose that exudes strength. Below the eagle, a bundle of arrows symbolizes preparedness and defense, while E pluribus unum above the eagle speaks to unity. This design, simple yet symbolic, has made the Washington quarter a timeless piece. In 1983, the Philadelphia Mint produced roughly 673 million quarters, a massive figure even by today's standards. While this might make you think these coins are common, high-quality specimens are surprisingly rare. In fact, collectors actively seek out these 1983 quarters in high grades because so many were circulated and subsequently damaged or worn. Now, let's get into the market value. If you have a 1983 Washington quarter with a double mint mark error, you might have a valuable coin in your possession. Common 1983 quarters in heavily circulated condition are worth only face value, but coins with the double mint mark error and those in fine or better condition can fetch significantly more. A typical 1983 P quarter in fine condition with this error could range from $93,000 depending on how pronounced and well documented the error is. In rare cases, pristine examples have even sold for higher values when collectors are especially keen. So what's unique about the P double mint mark? A double mint mark is a result of the die striking the P mint mark more than once, creating a shadow effect. This type of error occurs due to slight misalignments in the minting process and is rarely found on such high-production coins, especially from the 1980s. Collectors love these types of errors because they add rarity and visual interest. With 1983 being a high mintage year, an error like this can set a coin apart, making it desirable among enthusiasts who are always hunting for unique variations. Next up, 1991. This year represents a stable era in U.S. coinage. The Washington quarter had been a staple of American currency for decades, and the design was largely unchanged. The economy in 1991 was shifting towards a more digital future, but cash, especially quarters, was still king. The Philadelphia Mint continued its high production of quarters, fulfilling the demand for coins in circulation. The 1991 quarter isn't as rare as some older quarters, but it holds historical significance as part of the late 20th century economy. The 1991 quarter is another classic Flanagan design, continuing the legacy established in 1932. The obverse shows Washington's iconic profile with the date, mint mark P and inscriptions, while the reverse displays the strong eagle with outstretched wings. It's a familiar look, yet one that symbolizes the enduring legacy of American design in coinage. In 1991, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 549 million quarters. Given the large production numbers, these quarters are generally accessible. However, finding them in uncirculated or high-grade conditions can be challenging because so many entered circulation and were used heavily. In circulated, dirty condition, a 1991 quarter with the P mint mark may not seem like a rare coin, but there's still value in these well-loved pieces. In circulated condition, this quarter might range from face value to around $67,000. However, if it displays any unique toning, dirt patterns, or minor variations, it could draw slightly more from collectors interested in building lowball collections. Circulated coins with visible dirt or natural toning attract a niche collector market. Some collectors prefer coins that reflect heavy use, as these lowball coins add character to collections by showing the coin's journey. While a 1991 Washington quarter in dirty, circulated condition may not break records, it represents an era and a design cherished by collectors. Next up, the 1985 Washington quarter comes from an interesting period in U.S. coin history. In 1985, the U.S. Mint was producing coins at high levels to meet public demand, and the Washington quarter continued to be one of the most circulated denominations. This period saw minimal changes in coin design, but there was still an interest in finding small variations or errors that would add a touch of rarity to common coins. The 1985 quarter retains the Flanagan design featuring George Washington's profile. This portrait is an instantly recognizable image of Washington that has become symbolic in American numismatics. On the reverse side, the familiar eagle image completes the look. The D mint mark appears to the right of Washington's neck, identifying the Denver Mint as the coin's place of origin. The Denver Mint produced a substantial 519 million quarters in 1985. Although these quarters were plentiful, well-preserved specimens are still valuable. Coins with mint errors are especially rare and collectible due to the sheer volume of quarters produced without mistakes. The 1985 D mint mark damage makes this quarter highly collectible, especially in fine condition. Mint mark damage generally results from either die wear or an error during the minting process. For collectors interested in error coins, a 1985 quarter with a distinct D damage might range between $58,000, with the value influenced by the severity and uniqueness of the damage. Collectors prize mint mark errors for their rarity. In an era when coin production was streamlined and efficient, a damaged mint mark stands out as a valuable anomaly. In this case, the damaged D mint mark is a striking feature that distinguishes this quarter from millions of others produced in 1985, making it an appealing piece for error coin collectors. Thanks for tuning in to this exploration of valuable Washington quarters. As we've seen today, even seemingly common quarters can hold hidden value thanks to mint errors, condition, and unique historical backgrounds. Whether you're hunting through your pocket change or digging through your coin collection, keep an eye out for these details. They could turn a 25-cent coin into a valuable collectible. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Comment below which quarter you're excited to find, and let us know what coins you'd like us to cover in future videos.